Thank you very much for joining
Hey,
me.
welcome back to What's the Odds with Steve Brenton,
How you been?
hitting
Ladies
you
and gentlemen,
again, week
welcome back.
3 with the fantasy football,
Steve Brenton,
betting
ZZ.
football, betting lines,
I'm the
everything
guy.
you need to know. Last week we were 3 for 5. 3 for 5 last week. Why? Why were we 3 for 5? Well, Lucas decided to go against my New York Giants and say, hey, no problem. The Dallas Cowboys are cover. Not only did the Giants lose, but the Cowboys didn't fucking cover, so they still fucked us. So fuck you, Lucas. Explain yourself. That was the game of the week.
I didn't see Russell Wilson balling out. The hell was
No one
that?
did. No one did, dude.
I didn't see
It was
Wan'Dale
like
Robinson having the game of the year.
Wan'Dale Robinson, who again, I said to myself this week, make sure you put Wan'Dale Robinson in the game and you pull Keon Coleman off your fantasy, or you put him on your bench. Completely forgot the Bills were playing last night. Didn't get it there in time. Keon Coleman, 5 fucking points. And you know Wan'Dale, my man's gonna have another fucking blow off week. That was atrocious. That was like everything that you were like, I couldn't believe I wanted all of this beauty in one singular game, and we got it. We got long, deep passes and catches that were miraculous. And I mean, I think we were like 18 or 12, 15 play completions of 20 or more yards, some ridiculous number like that. Like, we're set for the season. Now, this big bad defense that we were supposed to have our, swing our dicks at, where the fuck these guys haven't shown up yet.
I think momentum and game script plays into that because you look at the Ravens against the Bills week 1, and then you look at the Ravens defense, which is one of the best in week 2, and they showed up. So I think it was just the flow of the game. Sometimes it just happens.
I think maybe much like us, maybe much like our the entire community, that we're not believing the length of these kicks that we're getting now, and that what I think defensive coordinators are a little bit behind the game too, where they go, now look, Shane Bowen. I mean, he already fucking nailed. He already nailed one. You have to realize this kid on Bland, whatever the hell his kid's name is, on in Dallas. This kid can kick from the fucking parking lot. So let's not play prevent defense. Like, you don't want to give up 7 points.
Yeah.
They should have been pressed up in their face. And, look, you get beat deep there. Well, fuck it. We'll yell about that. But give me a break, dude. Don't just hand this kid fucking 15 yards. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Look, I know you're a diehard, and it was shitty to watch them play their hearts out and still lose, but that's still best case scenario. This isn't a Super Bowl team. It's borderline, probably not a playoff team this year. So go get a better
It
pick.
shouldn't even be an NFL team. When you have 4 penalties on the same player,
Well, yeah.
on the same drive,
The penalties
and the
lost that
man
game,
stays
and that's
in
coaching.
the game, Brenton.
Yeah, but he
The
took him
man
out for
did not-
he took him out for a play and yelled at him pretty good, and then let him go back
Brenton.
in, and he committed another penalty. But
Let me explain something.
wasn't
to
it
you,
on the
okay?
very next play too? He took him
On
out
4? Yeah,
and then brought him back
Brenton,
in.
if you said let's do this podcast today, right?
Yeah.
If you said let's do it today, and 4 times you set it up, we started doing it, and you fucked up 4 times, I would slam the computer shut and I wouldn't speak to you anymore. Okay?
I've fucked it up at least twice before.
Yeah, but 4 times.
Yeah.
On the same drive.
Yeah.
And then the
I
guy
get
goes
it.
crazy coming out of the game. He's starting to swing at other fucking players. He wants to know, oh shit, why are you taking me out?
Yeah,
Bro.
I mean, you clean that up and you win that game. But again,
Clean it up.
Get the better draft pick. Get the better
We
draft
got
pick.
14 fucking penalties that were accepted. 21 flags thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I at one point I started looking at the record at halftime. It's 23 flags on the Raiders or something. That has to be because of a fight. Something must have happened or something. But I'm telling you right now, the Giants could have broke that record easily. They were on the path to breaking that record.
Yeah.
And every time it was like, every time they take 2 steps or 3 steps forward, they'd shoot themselves 1 step back. Then they would take 4 steps forward, two steps back, but they were never just going forward, 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 forward. It was always forward, but a little bit back. And yes, Russell looked fucking great. And he looked unbelievable until when we really didn't need him to throw a fucking pick at the end of the game. You know, your arm is that kid's leg.
Hmm.
So that was it. That was it, dude. So yes, I'm very happy that against and
I
I
think it
don't
was
know
best
whether
case scenario. You looked great. Cam Scadaboo's now a guy. He looked really good this week.
I knew he was a guy, dude. I knew this guy was a guy. That's why I wanted to draft him so badly and everything. So it's like, but I'm just like, we looked really, really bad week one. We looked pretty good week two, and we should have, and we're still 0-2. And now we have to go play a team that for some reason is also 0-2, even though they don't ever believe they should be 0-2. They've never been 0-3. Never.
I smell an
And
upset.
now we're going to be 0-3.
No, I smell an upset. What's the line on that game?
It's like we're a 5.5 point dog at home.
I love it. 6.5 point dog at home on BetMGM.
Oh, last I looked, it was 5. I can look
I
it up
love
again.
it, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm happy that we were competitive. I'm happy that I don't know what Dallas. I mean, our defense was bad, but Dallas, like they never corrected. Like
No,
we were
Dallas's
very
defense is bad.
we were almost a one trick pony in the sense of like we're gonna throw the ball down the fucking field, and you guys got to prove that you're gonna stop. And you never even came close. Like the touchdowns at the end to Neighbors, it was like he just literally ran a seam and ran straight up the fucking seam.
And they assaulted him.
And they fucking grabbed his face mask.
Yeah.
What am I stuck on? Am I stuck on that screen?
Yeah,
I see you guys fine.
you're frozen.
I'm frozen. I look like I'm having a stroke. Oh my God, this is like being at my own funeral. Why is the screen froze? Brent, did you do this?
Why would I do that?
Brent,
I don't know. Pay your
you
Wi-Fi.
can you can hear me fine,
I can
right?
hear you perfectly fine.
I think this is AI doing this to me. I see the little AI button up at the top. I'm turning this AI thing on. Come on, buddy, come back to life. I can't have this anymore, Brenton. Well, hold on. I'm turning my camera off and I'm going to
Yeah,
turn it
yeah,
back
try
on.
that. This is good
This
for the
can't.
listeners.
Oh my God, guys! For those of you just listening, right now I'm staring at a screen of me basically having a stroke. Brett Lucas is giving thumbs up signals. Oh boy, I got a pinwheel happening. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. All right, whatever. It's gonna be a real weird fucking episode for the
Just
viewers.
just don't look at yourself.
It's like I'm weekend at Bernie's myself right now, dude.
It's
Oh
not
my,
not a flattering face either.
it's not at all, dude.
Looks like you
And
just
my
ate a whole
mouth is
cheesecake.
agape. My mouth is agape. My eyes are half closed. My head's tilted. I look like I'm like, oh, no more loads, please. All right, listen. I don't know what the Dallas Cowboys were thinking as far as not being able to stop. They were showing everyone what they were going to do.
Well, they don't have a good defense. I mean, you look at their corners. Trevion
But
Diggs is a ball hawk. He picks off the ball, but he gives up huge chunk plays. That's what he does. And then you look at the other side, and it's literally our discarded trash. They have Kyer Elam, who got burned all day.
so wait,
They have no pass rush.
is
My,
Washington not as good as we thought? Because we got trounced by Washington.
I
Really, it wasn't competitive.
you didn't get trounced. You got beat, but you didn't get trounced. And I think there's a
Uh,
difference. I think there's a difference. Washington is a solid team. I don't know. They're at a point where they could go either direction. I think there's been a little bit of regression, even though they've added good pieces. That they had a great offseason. Um, but we'll see what they look like this week. Jaden Daniels not practicing again today, so he's probably out. It's not official
yeah,
yet,
he's
but
out.
he's probably out.
Speaking of that, look, let's talk about that, dude. How many? You got Daniels, McCarthy, Justin Fields. Obviously Joe Burrow, which we haven't even talked about yet.
Hmm.
Um, who else?
There
I might
there
be
were
missing.
five. Was that five?
I
Daniels,
don't know.
McCarthy, Burrow,
Burrs, Field,
Fields.
and
JJ, we said
there's
JJ.
another one,
We said JJ. There is
We
a
said JJ.
fifth somewhere,
right?
but yeah, a lot of quarterbacks out this week, and it hasn't really shifted. It doesn't look like it shifted the lines much. But who was the? Oh, Brock Purdy.
Okay. Oh
Brock
yeah.
Brock Purdy's out. Did we lose Steve completely?
His
Steve,
frozen face is still there.
yeah, his frozen Steve exit. I'm going to text him exit, and this is this is a disaster. Lucas, you want to give your thoughts on the Bills last night?
I mean, I wasn't worried at any point in that game. I know it was closer than I wanted it to be, but I still am. I surprised they waited to it till the fourth quarter to throw his interception. I thought that that would. I don't know. He'd had more turnovers, but I guess the one that he had came right in time.
Hmm. I mean, that was about as perfect of a game as we could play on. It seemed like we were on cruise control the whole night.
Yeah,
There
division
was
opponent,
no
four
urgency
weeks
at all,
rest.
but I mean, maybe that's a sign that we are a really good team, and I have optimism. No one got hurt. They still won by 10. They took care of business. And Josh had like 131.4 quarterback rating or something. So
Well, and
he's,
James Cook's by far the best running back he's ever had.
yes, that was money well spent. That's paying off. He's currently RB1 in fantasy as well. So,
Allen's not RB. He's not QB1 in fantasy, is he?
no, because he had that down week against, I think he's top five right now. He's like maybe fourth because he had the 41 week one, and then he had nine or something week two, and then last night was about 23, 24.
Okay.
So he's probably third or fourth at the moment before everyone else plays. But I mean, he's looked solid. In my opinion, he's been very accurate. Other than week one, like maybe the first drive, he had a big overthrow. But he's looked very, very good, very poised, very comfortable. Um, the defense is still our weakness, but they make plays when they need to. So is he back?
Oh, baby, I'm back.
Okay.
Oh, it
We
works.
were just talking about how good the Bills looked last night.
They did look very good, except now that's another question I have. I'm like, so are the because they didn't really run away, even though we thought they were going to. The
No.
pick by Tua at the end for Bernard pick that he ran the route was great. But that was the I mean that was the part where they really pulled away. But besides that, they didn't feel like they pulled away. So is Miami not that bad?
Miami has good players. I don't think he's a great head coach in the sense of he's not a rah-rah guy like Dan Campbell, but he's a good schemer.
Yeah.
Um, and we don't have a good defense, and they know our defense very well because they play us twice a year every year. I don't think they're as bad as they looked the first few weeks, but I was saying to
Because they're
Lucas,
0-3 now.
they're 0-3. I was saying to Lucas though, it didn't seem like we played with no urgency. We just played like we were in complete control. We looked a lot similar to how the Eagles looked week one against Dallas, where it was just like you never really felt like they were going to lose. Maybe there was a small moment where you're like, oh, this could get interesting, but it never really got to that point where it's like, oh, we gotta Josh needs to get in there and he's gotta execute this drive perfectly, and we have to get 7 points. They were just completely relaxed the whole game. It was kind of nice to see. I didn't mind it being kind of a boring game. They're a very good football team.
But also getting three straight punts in the fourth quarter when you really
Yeah.
like that
I
that
mean, they'll
that was the
correct
point.
that.
I'm like,
They'll
oh, I
correct
thought they
that.
were going to pull away. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like one of those was going to
Yeah.
be a touchdown or something like that.
But they'll correct
Like,
it.
yeah, it wasn't a game where I go, oh shit, they looked absolutely dominating because I think in those games they pull away from teams like that. But again, you do have. I mean, you look at
Divisional
Josh's
opponent,
numbers at the
they
end of
always, the Dolphin
yeah.
games are typically not blowouts. They're usually pretty close. Um, and the Dolphins have now lost 10 straight in Buffalo. So that ties their all-time worst with the Patriots during their dynasty.
Well, the Giants. I didn't even. We've lost, I think 8 or 9 straight to the Cowboys now. Straight games,
Mm.
and I think the record in the last I don't know, it's like 15-2 in like the last 17 matchups. Something ridiculous, like some horrible numbers like that.
Well, I know
Horrible.
it doesn't feel like it, but you are turning a corner, and I think the longer you can keep Russell out there before you have to throw Jackson Dart to the Wolves, the better.
I
I
mean,
think
not
he
to
needs
talk
to
about us the
develop.
whole time, but I want to because
Okay.
I'm not done with it yet. Why are we
Okay.
bringing Jackson Dart in for 3 different plays that are all run, that are all like never?
Because Russ doesn't run anymore.
Okay, but like,
But
and the
yes,
Scatterboo
it
one
does
was
show
great.
your hand to the defense where it's like, okay, if he's
Yeah,
coming
we know.
in, we know what
Yes,
you're
and it's going
doing.
to be. Yeah, we know what you're going to do. We know what it's going to be, and it seems to be the same thing. Plus, it's like he's our new guy. Like, you want to go get? Don't you? You want to go get him fucking smashed?
Yeah.
Hello, like one time maybe do a trick thing, something. But now let's fucking. You got to bring him in. Let him play.
Yeah.
Let him throw the fucking ball. Make it a thing.
No, I
Uh,
think Russ just bought himself another month at least.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to get a win soon, dude. And I don't know where it's coming, and I don't know how it's coming because it's what
I
do we
think it
have?
could come as early as Sunday night, Steve.
Yeah, of course we could look great again and maybe keep it close, but a win, dude. A win. You think you got to think about this in like it's only a 5.5 point spread. I get it. I get it because we're home, but like really, it doesn't matter. They play everywhere great. Fucking the Chiefs. So I'm like, do you think that the Chiefs are going to go 0-3 and the Giants are the reason why? It's like,
Let's think like script writers. Okay? Everyone hates the Chiefs. They keep winning, they keep getting all the
yeah.
calls. What if we bury them early in the season to get everyone off that trail? They lose to the Giants. Things are crumbling. The dynasty is crumbling, but then they go on a magical run and they still go to the Super Bowl. So Travis and Taylor can get married during halftime.
What day do we play the Saints? That could be our first win. That might be our first win.
We play the Saints next week. So, to your point,
Oh God.
the Bills need to win that game by multiple scores. Otherwise, I won't feel great about that.
Yeah, and that game is where home.
It's in Buffalo.
Oh my God. Are the Saints even going to get off the plane?
You play the Saints October 5th. So you got the Chiefs this weekend, then you have the Chargers at home, and then the
Oh
Saints
my.
in New Orleans. Then you got to play the Eagles, the Broncos, and the Eagles.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. So let's just say we lose today, right? We're not beating the Chargers next week, a well-prepared Charger team. I know that for a fucking goddamn fact. And then we got the Saints. So it's like, okay, well, now maybe bring in Jackson Dart. He goes down there and he blows out the fucking Saints. Win. Now you got to go send him down the murderer's row of the Eagles, the Broncos, and
Yeah,
the Eagles.
it's going to be Russ until probably at least November 2nd because then you got the 49ers, the Bears, you do have the Packers and the Lions, but the Lions don't have a
Uh,
great Lions don't have a great defense. You got three defenses there, the Bears, the 49ers, and the Lions that are not great defenses. The Patriots, Commanders, but like I would guess if you're going to play him this year, it's going to be at the earliest after that last Eagles game. So November 2nd against the 49ers at home.
and
That's
also, by the way, you got to remember, like, we have to play well at the Saints. Like, we can't just walk in and like a talentless like giant team just think they're going to run over the Saints. We could lose.
yeah. You won't lose, but yes.
Anyway, let's not go down there yet. I can't do it. Um, you're happy. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. 3-0.
Um,
Best team in football right now.
best team in football beat the worst team in football as of right now, record wise. That's great. And I think look, I haven't texted you guys this, or I haven't really been like I've texted other people. Like I'm like Steve Simone and I've had an exchange. I'm like, it's good. I mean, it feels right now. I always these feelings are up, but it feels like you walk like this is an Eagles year. I mean, a Bills year. I kind of
It's
misspoke there, but
it's
like,
it's very, very early, and I think it's to that misstep, the Eagles are still the best team.
yeah. I mean, and look, I think you might even probably would have to play the Eagles in a Super Bowl. Although the Packers look good still.
Packers look
The
good,
Packers are
but
like, oh man,
The Eagles are just so effortlessly good. They're so good on both sides of the ball. They just seem like they're walking through every game and dominating.
yeah, yeah. They don't ever like,
They're too fucking good. So our defense is a problem. And Trey White made some plays last night, but he also had some really bad missteps. You can't do that against a team like the Eagles or the Ravens. We won that Ravens game because we stole a possession. So you'd have to go and play the Eagles. Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over. Saquon doesn't fumble. You would have to win that by probably two possessions. You'd have to steal it twice to beat them. Um, so it's very, very early, but right now, like the Eagles are still the best team. It's not even
I,
really close.
I'm looking at it like, you look at well, you look at the Eagles and you say to yourself, yeah, what's their weaknesses? But AJ Brown has had a real like sort of you haven't nothing so far this
They haven't
year.
had to throw to
Like
him though. Why throw the ball when you're winning? Like they didn't throw the ball against Dallas in the second half because they didn't need to. We can just
yeah,
run the ball, grind the clock. They don't care if they win by 30 points. They just care that they win. And that's a great way to go about every game plan. That's why they keep winning. They're not turning the
but what
ball
I'm saying is
over.
at some point, they're going to have to go. There's going to be a team that they're going to have that's going to push that they're going to get. Oh shit! All of a sudden, it's going to be like, oh, touchdown! They scored touchdown. Another touchdown. Like
Well,
they're going to have to start throwing the ball. Like, can they just flip that switch when they need to? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to use AJ Brown a lot this week in DFS. I think that Rams game could be a shootout,
Yeah.
and
I
this is
think
the
that's a
week
good
that he
example.
that he wakes up. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, the Eagles are, assuming they stay healthy-ish, they're a very good team. Now, Buffalo will get back at Oliver. The run defense actually didn't look that bad without him the last few weeks, but he's our best run stopper. We'll get Matt Milano back. It wasn't a bad injury, fortunately. And then at some point, the rookie Hairston will get to show up and show what he can do.
Um, but Bernard, I don't know. It looked great. And also James Cook doesn't look like he didn't have a preseason at all or whatever, sat out. He looks like, he could be an every down back if he
Yeah,
wanted to.
and
So,
before last night, but last night we'll probably keep him there. He's the number one running back in fantasy right now.
um, number one wide receiver yards is a man named Malik Neighbors, who, I mean, it's time to start talking about this guy like one of the top five, if not three wide
Yeah,
receivers
yeah,
in the
he's
league.
top five for sure. Top five. I would say it's still Jamar Chase and then Justin Jefferson, and then you could take your pick between CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra, and then it would be Malik at five for sure. And he can continue to have games like this and show that even if his quarterback changes, doesn't matter. He's still elite, and you could then have that conversation. It's a little early to put him above Amon-Ra and CeeDee, and he's definitely not Chase and Jefferson yet, but he's on that path for sure.
I don't think it's that early to put him in front of CD based on what I've seen this year.
CD made
I've
some
seen him.
great catches against you, though. He had the
Yeah,
drops in week one. He had drops for sure, but he also has that longer track record of this is that guy, and that's why he got the big contract.
But Neighbors also has the most yards right now. Now that's all because
If
if
you're
you're on the
always
Giants,
if you're always chasing, you're always throwing.
well, that's not good for us. God almighty.
If AJ Brown was your wide receiver one, he'd probably be leading the league in yards right now.
No, he wouldn't. He couldn't have made some of those catches, bro.
I don't know. AJ Brown's a great wide receiver. He's just not being used. It's like having a Ferrari and you just have it in storage.
Speaking of Ferraris, did you do well gambling this weekend?
I don't know if it's just dumb luck, but I have not lost a bet yet doing that thing on Robinhood with the pick the winner. I'm 6-0.
Really?
Yeah.
You take the
So
Bills last night?
I took the Bills last night. I bought 1,500 contracts at 88 cents on the Bills. So it was like
Yeah.
I risked like $1,300 to win 180 bucks, but I knew they were going to win.
Oh my God, dude. Were you nervous? Like
No.
with like 7 minutes left when it was tied, or even
No. There was never a doubt. Like I said, the Bills had
I
zero
was I got
urgency. If the
I
Dolphins had
have
scored, that little light on Josh's face would have lit up and he would have gone down the field and they would have scored again. I was
I
not
got to be
nervous at
honest with you,
all.
dude. Okay, and I'm just gonna say this because this is the truth, but I'm in that elimination pool,
Hmm.
and there was out of 62 players left, there were 17 that took the Bills. And when the games are tied in like the third quarter, that whatever website uses it sends a fucking message out like
Hmm.
close game alert. And
Yeah.
there's a part of me that's like, oh boy, like I know the Bills are going to be great. I know they're going to be great, and I know they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and I know they'll win it this year, guys. But like to wipe out 17 people and have my hands go like
Yeah. That would have
goodbye,
been
like the
amazing.
Squid Games, I'd have been
And
like,
not just
ooh,
that, not just that, you still have the Bills in your back pocket to use in a future week too.
hello.
Like next week when they play the Saints and I just dump all my money on the Bills.
Hello. So yeah, I wasn't exactly like rah rah rah, let's go, Josh. I'm like, I didn't want anyone to like fuck up, but like I was like, oh shit. Like when Tua scored the third touchdown and he's like giving that pump fist, I was like, oh, come on, Tua. Get that fucking squash brain together. Yo, he's sliding real good now, dude. He's sliding real good.
Yeah. Just
He's
that one where he fumbled and had to run forward. He went head first, and that was but nobody got him good. They were just off to his
yeah.
side. Um,
Josh had one he slid and some guy came over the back of him and then started a little brouhaha.
well, yeah,
But that's what
The Dolphins play him dirty. I don't know if he's not mic'd. I guess he is a famous shit talker, but they do all kinds of shady shit to him in
it could probably
piles
go
and
back to the fact that like they've seen him every year, twice a year since his rookie year. So they might still look at him like this motherfucker thinks he's the shit. We
well,
knew him when he wasn't the shit.
I mean, he's
Like
dominated them. He's absolutely dominated them.
um speaking of the shit, let's real quick. Did you see Nate Bargatze's thing to when he hosted the Emmys, which I thought was fucking brilliant?
We're gonna take money away from the donation.
Oh my God, dude. I
Yeah.
heard that idea. I was like, thinking, and like, even though everyone knew it and it was a joke, they still like, they went over. People went, they didn't give a fuck, dude. Like, in like, that could have been a real nice way for Hollywood to have been like, yeah, we'll get thanks. And then like make some money and build it up and get it going. Like, but like, even then, they're like, no. We're still going to take our fucking time. We're still going to take our. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh my God. It went down. Like, it was only like $30,000 left. People like sucked up all the time. Did you see any of it?
I didn't watch. Wasn't that during football?
I had it in four squares. Yeah. I had the
Oh,
football game on.
yeah, I was
The YouTube
watching
TV set up a nice thing.
was
The
that
Yankees,
Sunday night?
that was Sunday night. The Yankee games were on. The football game was on. There was another thing on too.
Are the
There
Yankees
was an
gonna catch the
there
Blue
was
Jays
golf.
or is that done?
Well, it's done in the sense of, I mean, we have a pretty easy schedule. We should win a lot of these games. I think there's like 10 games left, but
Hmm.
we're 3 games back. But really, It's 4 because we lost the tie break, so we'd have to win by a game. Like we can't just have the same record.
Yeah.
So I doubt it, and it looks like the way it's panning out right now, it's going to be Yankees Red Sox, and then hopefully that series is in. I think it will be New York.
It
I think they
should
play the
be. I
first.
mean, the Yankees are 3 games up on them as well.
Yeah. So
Um, but
uh,
I got Josh Allen's record and stats against the Dolphins if you want to hear him real quick. This is without last night's performance, which I could
well, I
pull
mean,
up
look
and
at his
do
numbers last
math.
night. Dude. When you look up, it's still like he had 3 touchdowns, 200 and something yards.
He
Obviously,
had
no picks.
213 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 carries for 25 more yards. But before last night, adding those in, so he's 13-2 against them. He's got about 3,900 yards with 40 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and he's run the ball 93 times for about 675 yards and 5 more touchdowns. So in what is that, six years in a game?
Yeah,
He's got 45 touchdowns against them and only 8 turnovers.
that's insane. That's
Yeah, and 13-2.
owning a team. Yeah. Um, Speaking of owning, did you what? How did the fucking Steelers? Are they bad, dude? Because
No.
they were we had them to win the game at home. We thought Seattle's got to fly all the way over there. They fucking won. They beat them up.
So the early issue that I don't think most people saw coming is the Steelers can't stop the run right now.
They have their defense is like. I mean, you
Their defense is a good defense, but they need to figure out how to stop the run. They got to adjust something because they're not stopping the run against anybody. Um, But I mean, they have a favorable matchup against the Patriots. They're favored on the road by a point and a half. So this is probably a week if you're going to turn it around, going up against a young quarterback. This is the week.
yeah,
They
maybe,
got to stop the run. That's killing them. And
maybe,
Seattle
but
can
maybe
run the
not.
ball. Seattle's a very good running team.
Yeah. I was just surprised. I was like, damn, I did not see. That's you know, a, an ass beating at home.
Yeah.
So we were like, I was that one. That was the one that surprised me. That those are the two that didn't come through on our picks.
Good for
Um,
Sam Darnold, though.
yeah, I mean, great. Yeah, he's playing well. He's in a new team, keeping it up. So that NFC West now is going to be interesting.
Hmm.
You got the Cardinals at 2-0. The Seahawks are what, 2-0 now, right?
Seahawks are 2-0. No, the Seahawks are 1-1. They lost to the 49ers, who are 2-0.
The
So
49ers are 2-0. Or the Rams are 2-0, right?
Rams are 2-0. So everyone's 2-0 except the Seahawks at 1-1. But
Yep.
the 49ers are going to fade. They're not a good team.
No, and then Purdy's hurt.
But
That's what.
Mac Jones played exactly the same way that Purdy did.
Yeah.
So
That's by the
that's where your
way.
50 million a year is going to the
If you
wrong
want to,
guy.
if you want to jump into picks, because that's my pick, is I like Arizona to
Yeah,
beat
I
the
absolutely
49ers this week.
absolutely, and you're getting plus points, plus money
Yeah,
on the money line. Yeah, absolutely. Cardinals are going to beat the 49ers.
that's one I think is a real good look. Because it's like Kyler Murray's you know he plays well up for a couple weeks.
It's not until when does Call of Duty come out
Yeah,
this
we're
year?
coming with
Lucas, can
Call
you
of
pull that
Duty.
up? Let's bet on
Usually
Kyler Murray.
November.
Yeah, let's bet on Kyler Murray until
It's
Call
like
of Duty.
October or something like that, right? It's like week
Yeah,
8.
it's always like mid October, early uh, November.
Yeah, so that's the
So
time.
October,
But
yeah. I was gonna say it doesn't say anyone's coming up, but the last one's October 25th, 2024.
so you have a couple more weeks of great play out of that guy.
Yeah.
I like Arizona this week. That's the one that jumped off to me. I was like, you know what? This feels right. This feels right. Not a lot has felt right so far, but this one does. Um, Obviously, Green Bay you want to take free money and have them beat Cleveland.
But doesn't that like kind of feel like the one game where you're like, this is the most obvious thing, and then that fucks everything up?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with
I
that.
mean, I would rather, if you wanted free money bet it, I would just take the Seahawks at home against the Saints. Because
Okay.
the Browns looked bad last week, but the week before against a healthy Joe Burrow and Bengals, they should have won that game. Like they were neck and neck with them, and then their kicker just missed an extra point.
By the way, what's the fall off now for the Bengals?
I don't
They
think it's
are
much
2
of
and 0.
I don't think it's much of a fall off because they re-signed Jake Browning. That was a great move. He
Yeah.
knows the system very well. He has 6 starts. He played very well in those 6 starts. They won games with him.
And they have I mean, it's not
They
like one of
have
the weapons went
weapons. They
down.
have weapons.
Can
So
they protect him enough to get, so it's like, is it going to be a situation where, you know, because they're 2 and 0, if they were 0 and 2, it's like, do you want this guy to try to now turn this team around and lead them to but 2 and
yeah,
0, it's like you got a ship that's going in the right direction.
yes. That'll be interesting this week because the Vikings blitz a lot and they have a very good pass rush, one of the best in the league. So um, we're going to find out very quickly if they can protect him.
Yeah.
But
If
I
they
don't.
can't, then it's like, well, who you going to throw anyone back there? This is going
But
to fuck up.
But at the same time, the Vikings are starting Carson Wentz. So you got the backup bowl in Minnesota this weekend. So probably not a game that I want to touch, but I think the Bengals are still going to. There's a little bit of a drop off, obviously, to Browning, but I don't think it's that big of a drop off.
Yeah. It's not going to be a situation where you're like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
that's our season.
I mean, there's 2 games that are free money. The Seahawks over the Saints and the Falcons over the Panthers, who are just they're not only awful, but then they just lost both interior linemen for the season. Or maybe one's coming back. I don't know. But they lost both these guys for one for the season and one for at least multiple weeks, but possibly the season. So um, they weren't protecting Bryce much anyway, and now they're really, I mean, they're screwed. And the Falcons finally have a pass rush this year, so that's as easy of a bet as you're going to make is the Falcons on the money line, but you could probably take them at -5.5, even on the road.
I got him at -5.5.
Yeah. So, I mean, take your pick. I mean, money line is an easier, safer bet, but the Falcons are probably going to go in there and roll them.
Well, much like the Giants, we need a win, so I'm going to take them on the money line.
Okay.
Keep it safe. Lucas, you got anything that jumped out at you? I mean, is anyone going to
Uh,
touch that Rams Eagles game? That looks dangerous as
I
shit to me
mean,
because if
maybe
anyone's going to upset the Eagles,
maybe
even though they're
take the
home,
over. Take the over if we think it's going to be back and forth.
44 and a
do the,
half.
do the Rams play man or zone?
I think it's a mix.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was looking at AJ Brown's stats for the man versus zone, and he's had a rough
They
start to the year 'cause
play
he's playing
a
mostly zones.
heavy amount of cover 3 zone.
Okay, I would probably stay away from AJ Brown though, than to counter your point earlier. I don't know.
So
I'm kind of tempted to
AJ Brown does not do well in zone, but he does great in man.
supposedly,
That makes sense. So that
at least
means
for the first 2 weeks of the season.
Devonta Smith is going to go off this week. Someone's going off this week. They're going to throw the ball a bit more. They're not just going to run it.
Juan.
Oh, Steve, do you know who the number 2 quarterback in fantasy football is right now?
Russell Wilson.
No.
Oh,
That'd be my guess.
number 2 quarterback in week. Oh,
Num
number 2.
number one is Lamar Jackson.
Is it Dak?
I know who it is. It's Daniel Jones.
Danny
Daniel
Dimes,
Jones.
baby.
I know someone picked him up in one of our leagues, and I was
That's a
like,
good
"Holy
move.
shit,
Whoever
dude!"
did that is a smart
Well,
person because that
his name's Jonah,
oh,
right?
there
My
you go.
son,
Yeah, yeah.
because he
What
had
a
Joe Burrow.
dagger in your back.
I still have the jersey in my. Let me see if it fits. I'll get it back out.
But
Can we turn?
did you ever think you would hear this as a Giants fan who spent years with
I know.
Daniel Jones? They are a 4-point favorite on the road. with Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback this week.
Yeah, but hold on. Who are they? They have
They're playing the
The
Titans.
Titans. I
Titans.
want that to
Yeah.
be my pick, by the way.
Colts
I think
You
over
the
the
want
Colts
the
cover
Colts
Titans.
that.
to cover
Yeah.
the 4.5?
Yeah.
This guy
Just the
always
Titans.
fucks us on the yeah. Yeah.
Just do the money
Because
line.
last week he did the same thing. I go, you think the fucking Giants are, and they're gonna cover the points?
Just do
Yeah.
the money line. It's
All
safer.
right, we'll
Hey,
do money
fuck
line.
you, money line, dude. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a pretty magical run that he's on right now.
Let's see these legs in this parlay. You want to hear these things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's four right now. We got right.
yeah.
Okay. We got the Seahawks on the money line,
Mm-hmm.
the Cardinals on the money line,
Mm-hmm.
the Falcons on the money line, and the Colts on the money line. $50 would win us $331.12.
I mean, that's a solid Sunday afternoon.
Easy like Sunday morning, and we're not even going near the Giants and the fucking because I know you want to. I know you want
I
to.
want to. I have a feeling. And
I know
I
you
may,
want to.
I can get the Robin Hood right now. Let me see what the contracts are at because it's got to be
And I
clean.
might do a little bit on the side, but I don't want to mess up the parlay for that.
No. Let's win the listeners some money this week. But right now, I could get the Giants at 28 cents.
Oh my God.
So 72 cents for every dollar I put in back.
It's quite a return
Yeah.
on invest.
So
ROI, as the businessman would say.
I may have some action going in that game. But the difference is like I can't choose them to cover. They probably don't win the game, but I think they could keep it competitive. They have to if you do this, they have to win. Like it's just
They
outright
have
winner.
to.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how I do, and then maybe I'll throw some in for funsies.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the side and take a little piece of that action because I do want them to win. I do want them to show up.
Of course,
But
this
I
is a
just feel
I
like
want them to win this week. If they win this week, that basically I don't want to say it eliminates the Chiefs from the
I
number one
know.
seed, but it makes it very difficult for them to catch everybody else. Because you look at Buffalo's schedule, and I mean, it's honestly very, very nice until they play the Chiefs in like week 8. Like the next
Yeah,
4 weeks are cake.
it's yeah, I'm like, oh God. Like I would almost rather not you for you guys, but like for I would rather them be 2-0, the Chiefs coming in. Because then we have zero expectations, and then we can go out like and shock the world. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But because they're 0-2, they're now like, oh, they're not that good, and maybe we can
Yeah,
win, and it gets
they're
like
gonna
you're like,
play urgent.
fuck.
But I mean, we have the
They're
Saints.
gonna play her.
We have the
Yes.
Patriots at home. We go to Atlanta. That one could be a little challenging, but there's still a better team than the Falcons. Then we have the Panthers. Then we play the Chiefs.
Oh God,
And
what
but
an easy
then it's
fucking.
the Dolphins, the Buccaneers, the Texans, the Steelers, the Bengals. Joe Burrow's still not going to be back. The Patriots, the Browns, and then
Suck, suck, suck. Every one of them sucks.
Eagles and Jets. So they play the Chiefs on November 2nd and the Eagles on December 28th. But everything in between is like, as long as they play their game, they're going to win that game pretty
Here's what I
handedly
would
if
do.
Josh is healthy.
You should have everything locked up by the Eagle game, and then you just sit everyone. Because
That would, yeah, that would be
why would
amazing.
you show the Super Bowl hand away when you're gonna do it in 3 weeks from then?
That would
Wait,
be a
Sit.
question though.
dream scenario.
Yeah.
I was having this debate with a fellow Bills fan a couple days ago. Would you rather have an undefeated season with the Super Bowl or have two Super Bowls?
I'd rather
Wait.
have just give me one Super
Give
Bowl.
me give me two.
I don't need, I just need one. I don't know what it feels like to have
No.
one,
Yeah.
so I probably would want two after I have
I'll
one,
tell
but
you
I
how
just
it
want
feels to have
one.
one. As half as good it feels as to have two, okay? You want two Super Bowls. You want you can take your undefeated season and shove it up your ass. Nobody's gonna fucking I mean the Bears.
What are you
And the only
talking
reason they do is
about?
because
The
they're old
Dolphins,
men.
the
They get
Yeah,
72
they're
together.
Dolphins are still talked about. You would be the greatest team because you play more games now. You'd be the greatest team in the history of the NFL.
No.
exactly.
You
I would.
want two Super Bowls,
And you
dude.
take something away from the
You're
Dolphins.
you're a greedy New York sports fan.
No, you guys
I come from
are
Buffalo,
fucking
where we have to
us.
celebrate professional lacrosse
You guys are
championships.
cuckold beta gays that only that they're like, oh, I guess we just want one, please.
I just
Give
would
me
like I would
fucking
like
two.
to know what it feels like to win one.
Extra cheese, extra meat, please. Okay? And I'm not paying for it. Extra scoops. Let's go.
Well,
Are you crazy,
here's
Brenton?
another
Do you
question
know how good it
you've
feels to
experienced it.
walk?
Would you rather have the undefeated season and win the Super Bowl, or like you went through, would you like to be barely got in and then you go on a crazy run and you eliminate the team that had the perfect season to win the Super Bowl?
That. I don't care. Give me a Super Bowl. Okay? But I'm telling you, it feels good to go through Yankee Stadium and go to the trophy room and see fucking 26 trophies, World Series. 20
27. Did you steal one?
stacked on stacks. On stacks, dude.
Okay.
Not one little stupid like the Jets. You want to be the Jets?
We're not even the Jets.
One little
We
gay
want to
trophy in the
get to a
fucking
point.
case.
We want to get to a point where we have one that we can build off of. Between two teams, Terry Pagula doesn't have a single
But
trophy.
in this
He hasn't even
hypothetical,
made the
you're being offered
playoffs.
two. You don't even
He
have
hasn't
to
made the
get
NHL playoffs in 15 seasons.
fuck the playoffs for this for the Sabres. Give it up, dude. All right, here's a great question. Here's a great question for you, Brenton. Would you rather, and you can only get one or the other, the Bills win three Super Bowls in Josh Allen's fucking tenure at quarterback?
Hmm.
Three.
Hmm.
But the Sabres never win a Stanley Cup ever.
Yeah, give me the three Super Bowls.
Wow.
Until Terry either completely changes how he's running the Sabres or lets someone else run it or sells the team to someone
Two
else,
Super Bowls. I went too far. Two Super Bowls.
I would still take the two Super Bowls.
One
He's,
Super Bowl or one
I,
Stanley Cup.
well, I mean, are we talking about in my lifetime?
In this lifetime. Yeah,
I
of
would
course,
lean,
our
I'd
lifetime.
rather have the Super Bowl. The Sabres are a huge part of Buffalo, but the Bills are the city of Buffalo. That's the identity of the city. So give me the Super Bowl.
All right. I'll give you the Super Bowl. I think you're going to get it this year, dude. I really do. I mean,
It's
it's too
still
early,
early. It's
obviously.
too early. Don't jinx us for the love of God.
I think we had the Steelers going to the Super Bowl right around this time last year. Yeah, it's someone else. I mean, look, the Chargers look good. I would be a little bit afraid of them.
Chargers look good. I mean, I thought they were going to run a lot more than they've been running, and Justin Herbert's looked like the elite guy that he was several years
Sick.
ago. And Jesus Christ, Quentin Johnston's actually playing wide receiver now.
Yeah,
He's not dropping the ball. He looks good. Keenan Allen looks 10 years younger.
unbelievable. Gray in his beard, all fuck,
Hmm.
grayed up.
And even though he hasn't played great yet, I still think Omarion Hampton's going to have a big year. So,
Ooh, what about fucking good old DC Dan Campbell laying a fucking can of whoop ass on the Wonder Boy at home?
yeah.
I was a little bit surprised, not that he did it, but like that they actually could throw a number like that up there. Man, I think is this are we still in learning curves for Ben Johnson as far as because they're 0 2 as well, or is it like or is this job just doomed? It's like a house of horrors where no matter how talented you are, you
Um,
go in there and it's fucking disaster.
no, I
Or is he
think
just not as like good at because Aaron Glenn's 0 2. And in New York right now, people are saying this guy's like because they got discipline problems. They had a lot of penalties. I mean, that's the problem. And no one seems to get on these guys with the penalties. Everyone
I
just goes, "Oh, all right, it's part of the game or whatever." But fuck that.
look for the
So,
next. This is the Bears the next 6 weeks, and I think at least four of these games are winnable, so they can definitely turn it around. You've got the Cowboys at home. You've got the Raiders in Vegas, the Commanders on the road, but then you have the Saints at home, the Ravens in Baltimore, and the Bengals in Cincinnati. I think at least four of those games, if they split and go 3-3, they're on the right path. I mean, my bet is I need over 5.5 wins.
well, how about
Um,
this? 3-3. How about a first one win one?
yeah,
Where's the first one coming this week? You
uh,
think against?
I think against the Cowboys, I think Ben Johnson, we've seen what the Lions offenses did to the Dallas defense with Micah Parsons the last few years. So I think the offense is going to put up points this week, and the Bears defense is banged up. That's the other thing you got to remember. They didn't have Jalen Johnson. I don't know if he's going to be out again this week, but their best player on defense has been out the first 2 weeks. Uh, they're going to get healthier, and they could win at home against Dallas. Everyone's kind of sleeping on them now, and I think they could come out and punch them in the face. I think the Raiders game is winnable. I think the Commanders game is winnable. The Saints game should be a win, and then they're going to get their asses kicked by the Ravens in October.
It's tough because look, these guys get the jobs. Everybody's got a new system, a new plan. But really, when you get out there, it's do you have the ability to win football games or not?
Mhm.
And Dan Campbell's, what did they score? 50 something points.
Yeah, it was bad.
Me too.
Um,
He was a disaster his first year as well. So
he was a disaster until Ben Johnson took over as OC, and then everything turned around. So I think, too, it's his third week as a head coach in the NFL. So
yeah,
he's on a bit of a learning curve, but Caleb Williams has played pretty well. Roma Dunzier looks like a beast, and the defense is going to get healthier.
yeah,
So I think they can turn it around. They're not a team that I think is sinking. And I could get them for 49 cents right now on Robinhood. So maybe that's a game I look at. But dude, Arizona is 42 cents against San Francisco. I'm gonna hammer that.
me too. I would do that as well. I
Yeah.
want to know this fucking Robin Hood. This stupid. I
Well,
don't. I
it's
don't like.
everything's legal for you. Just do it.
I know, but if they don't,
This
I
is
don't have
how
the
I have
cool
to
sense
gamble. I
though.
don't want to gamble like this. This is how I have to.
I want shares.
And you can trade them live throughout the game. It's fun. So if you have like a panic attack, then you can just get rid of all of it and make like a penny
I want
profit
out.
instead of
Yep.
waiting.
Speaking of getting out, come see me next weekend if you're a fan of stand-up comedy. I'll be at the Parks Casino in Bensalem, Pennsylvania next Thursday night. One show at 8 p.m. and then Friday and Saturday I'll be in the Arts District in Norfolk, Nebraska. Two shows each night. Ticket to steverenazizi.com. I'll also be at the Ryder Cup next Wednesday. I'm going to go to a practice round at Bethpage. It's going to be insane. So I'll take some pictures and report back what I see next week for the podcast. You guys have any dates you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about as far as that stuff?
I'm at Oxnard Levity Live tonight and tomorrow, and then Irvine Improv in October.
Sick.
Baltimore in October.
Beautiful. Um, that's it for this week. Anyone have anything you want to add as far as into anything? Oh, congratulations to Terrence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez in a fucking pretty sound way too. I stayed up and watched that fight,
It was a good fight.
but it was.
And they said 41 million people watched. I don't know if that means 41 million Netflix accounts tuned in or if they just guesstimate that 41 million people watched, but most watched fight since Muhammad Ali.
I think that no,
That's what
it
they
was like
said.
it's like
That's what they
no
said.
way, dude.
Or was it
No,
Tyson? Was it Tyson?
yeah. First
Whatever
of
it
all, dude,
was.
what you just said was completely wrong. Don't get Jimmy Kimmel on us, okay? Don't give out misinformation on the podcast.
I'm not being offensive though with my
It's not
information.
even the number one fight in Netflix history, dude. The Logan Paul Mike Tyson one had bigger numbers.
Did it? But
Yes. Look up.
that wasn't a professional fight for a title.
What do you know about professional fights?
I'm
What
just
do you know what's professional and
regurgitating
what's
what I
not?
was half listening to
Regurgit.
at a
Yeah, exactly.
casino in Phoenix.
That's not true, dude. That's not true.
No, we were
Uh,
watching it. I did a show in Phoenix this weekend. It was the most people I'd ever played to. It was
how many?
1,600.
Oh, oh shit! I
And
thought you were gonna say 16.
no,
So
no, no.
congratulations.
Well, if I was headlining, 16 would be the most that I've ever played to. But yeah, we had the fight on in the I mean, we were in a convention center, so it was just like in the back dressing
Yeah,
rooms and the remote was glued to the wall, so we couldn't touch the remote and there were a lot of rules and stuff, but I was half listening while watching the fight.
yeah. It was a good fight. But yeah, I mean, the weight gain didn't seem to bother him at all. He fucking moved around real well. It was quick, better combinations and stuff. It was, and it wasn't like neither one of them looked old and Alvarez, seems to have a lot of wear and tear on it. He's got like 70 professional fights. He started fighting when he was 15. So although he's younger, he at times looked a little slower, but it was a good fight, and the ones before were pretty good too. So I thought, and you know what? It was no lag. Remember, I mean,
Yeah,
we're
yeah, that
talking
was
about
good.
all this
It
bullshit with
was
all the
good.
other fights and stuff. So
But
they're figuring it out. They're getting better.
the
So,
other great thing that they're figuring out is no more pay-per-view. Just get
oh my
Netflix
God,
to pay a big bill and let people actually watch it. Because
yeah,
if it had been
build the
on
brand.
pay-per-view, I'm not an avid boxing fan, but I could get into it if it's just like, oh, there's a great fight on Netflix every Saturday. But if it's pay-per-view and I got to pay $120, no fucking way.
Well, I think that's why Paramount went out and did the whole deal. I think Netflix was going to do a deal with um, the UFC and put, but they just wanted pay-per-view events. They didn't want like the whole, fucking shebang with all the other shows that Dana White has. And I think Paramount was like, no, we'll take the whole thing. So that's going to be interesting. I like that. I mean, they're going to jack the price up, but we're already paying for it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, does anyone have cable anymore? Does anyone have cable? Raise your hand if you have cable out there. You don't. You definitely don't have cable. If you're listening to us, you don't have a fucking cable box. But that's the new style. I like it. So I mean, I guess everyone was stealing it off of these illegal boxes anyway and streaming them, right? Allegedly, that's how some people watch fights at the Comedy Store.
Every fight.
Every single ever fight that we ever watched at the Comedy Store
Yeah.
was allegedly streamed through an illegal box.
Yep.
Now you just need to rip someone's fucking, Paramount password. There we go. So it's going to be a lot easier, guys. That's it for this week, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to win some money. I'm telling you, we got this fucking one coming in. I got a good fucking feeling about this week. I think the Giants might even do well. Who knows? We could come back next week and talk about that James Hudson doesn't even have one penalty, guys. It's a whole new week. The world is ours. Say yes to it. Enjoy it. And we'll talk to you next week.
Go Bills. Say it back, Lucas. Jesus
Go
Christ.
Bills. I
Thank you.
did. I mumbled
Idiots.
it.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy